This is Julian speaking, welcoming you back out of the breach. Sickness, work, and an ongoing fight with hard and software kept me from producing any content. But hey, that's life, and now I'm back and proud to present you new stuff. First and foremost, a battle report from the German nationals in Hasloch from November 2019. I was participating in the event myself and had the opportunity to set up my camera. So we have a static camera angle and not everything is perfectly visible. I will narrate the battle report as good as I can, hoping to catch all the important informations. The audio was terrible due to 5 tables playing at the same time and a bit of construction work from upstairs. And even with extra microphones, you would just hear a German version. Oh, and by the way, I apologize to all my German viewers because at the moment I am just able to present my content in English. It is so much more editing work to do it in both languages, and I am not able to squeeze in the time for that. We had 2 hours and 15 minutes per game, and I would like to keep my videos a bit shorter. So I edited out all the extra fuzz and tried to narrate as straight as I could. I hope you like it. Do you want to see more, or do you prefer the other more detailed battle reports? Let me know what you think in the comments below. But enough intro, grab a drink of your choosing, sit back and enjoy the battle report. German Nationals 2019 Round 1. It's Marcus for the Resurrectionists versus Benny for the Neverborn. The strategy is reckoning in standard deployment with the following schemes: harness the ley line, dig their graves, hold up their forces, assassinate, and vendetta. Marcus brings McMourning with Killer Instinct, his zombie chihuahua, a Centauroi with Grave Spirit's Touch, Archie, Seamus and his copycat killer, leaving 7 soulstones for the battle. Benny brings Pandora with inhuman reflexes, her poltergeist, Baby Cade with his teddy, the mysterious effigy with the upgrade Effigy of Fate, and Nikima, leaving 9 soulstones for the battle. Marcus plays an assassinate on Pandora and Archie has a vendetta against Teddy. Benny plays an assassinate on McMourning and tries to dig some graves. Hands shaken, decks cut. Marcus and Benny are ready to start the game with turn 1. Marcus wins the initiative but hands it over to Benny, who activates the effigy. Walks takes the concentrate action to gain focus +1 and succeeds with her bonus action to put up her aura of deception. The copycat killer walks twice to hide behind the well. The poltergeist also walks twice. Seamus has to cheat for his first passageway to hide behind the church. He walks once and takes the concentrate action. Nikima flies for her first 2 actions and then charges Seamus. She passes the terrifying duel. Seamus defends himself with a 13, but she can cheat for a hit and flips damage on double negative because of a mistaken hard to wound from Seamus. Both players forget the fact that Seamus is just hard to kill and not hard to wound, resulting in weak damage of 3. Marcus spends a Soul Stone and flips a weak card to reduce the damage by 1. The Centauri activates and reduces his poison condition by 1 because he confused the catalyst rules from the good doctor. He succeeds in a ride with me and pushes the full distance through the forest, forgetting that Centauri aren't unimpeded. Places the doctor in base contact, walks once, and takes the concentrate action. Baby Kate walks once, succeeds in Where is the Teddy, and Teddy follows. Then he successfully lures Pandora over to bring the 3 of them back together again. The zombie chihuahua walks once to be within 2 inches of McMourning and outside of 2 inches to the copycat. Takes the concentrate action and ends his activation, giving the dog 1 more point of poison. Pandora activates and discards a crow, targeting herself with the Despair's influence and pushes 3 inches. She moves once to be within 10 inches of the Centauri, targeting him with her self-loathing. The Centauri is in concealing terrain, so Pandora spends a Soul Stone to get a straight attack flip. The attack would hit, but the Centauri can cheat to defend himself. Archie successfully leaps and walks twice. Teddy tries to terrorize Archie, fails the terrifying duel, but can cheat and cheats again to succeed the hit, terrorizing Archie away from him. After that, he concentrates. McMourning activates and reduces his poison condition by 1 because of the misunderstanding with his catalyst, Bad Habits from 2nd edition. He could have kept his poison, but hey, we all get confused sometimes. Then he walks once, gives himself doctor's orders to move 4 inches, forgetting to discard a card. Walks again to finally charge and attack the poltergeist. Hitting him with his critical strike trigger, flips damage at a single negative, resulting in weak damage of 3, reduced by 1 because of incorporeal. During the end step, the poison on all models is reduced by 1. Turn 2. A bit of stoning for cards. Benny gets the initiative for the Neverborn and activates Nekima. She wants to see Seamus bleed, but she has to cheat the terrifying duel. She hits, can flip damage at a double negative, and there is the red Joker for 7 damage. Seamus immediately snacks a Soul Stone out of his pocket to reduce the damage by 3. Second attack. She has to cheat again to pass the terrifying duel, but there is the black Joker and she misses. Third attack. She has to cheat again to pass the terrifying duel, cheat for a hit, flipping damage at double negative, resulting in weak damage of 3. Seamus eats a stone to reduce the damage by 2. The copycat killer walks once, takes the concentrate action, and uses mistaken identity to swap places with Seamus, getting him out of the clutches of Nekima. Pandora walks once, staying in the engagement range of McMourning. She has to cheat to open her box, so Archie, Seamus and McMourning have to take willpower tests. McMourning at a single negative because he is within 2 inches of the poltergeist. He fails, takes 2 damage, stunned, and is moved by the misery ability from the poltergeist. Seamus passes with the red joker. Archie fails but just gets the damage. Because of his numbskull, he cannot gain conditions. Benny confuses the misery ability and moves Archie for 2. Pandora tries a self-loathing on Seamus, but beaten up as he is, he must be a really terrible sight because she fails the terrifying check and doesn't cheat. But she succeeds with her grasping tentacles, reducing every enemy movement by 2 that is not caused by a friendly effect. The zombie chihuahua walks twice and ends his activation within 2 inches of the Centauroi to give him poison +1. Baby Kate lures McMourning over and triggers Pounce to gain fast. Hits with his skinning knife and declares the coordinated attack trigger to give Teddy an attack. Flips damage at double negative, resulting in moderate damage of 3. Teddy attacks and hits, and McMourning takes another 3 damage. Baby Kate with another knife attack, but the attack misses. He calls for Teddy, both are in base contact, so Baby Kate places himself next to Teddy out of McMourning's engagement range. McMourning activates and forgets about himself as a catalyst to heal 1. He cheats for a hit on the poltergeist, flips damage at a single negative for a weak damage of 1 because of incorporeal. Benny cannot discard any cards, so the poltergeist gets injured +2. His second attack hits and he flips damage at a single positive, resulting in severe damage of 5, killing the poltergeist. He now remembers that he can heal after damaging, and Marcus decides to just heal him for 2 because he had forgotten to declare it the first time. Then the doctor moves to engage Teddy and Baby Kate. Now Marcus remembers the catalyst rules to heal the doctor for 1. Teddy attacks McMourning. The first attack misses, but the second hits, and he flips damage at a triple negative, resulting in weak damage of 3. There is no card to discard for the flurry, and I've Got Your Back fails. The Centauroi can activate out of Pandora's tentacle aura and succeeds in a ride with me. Pushes 5 inches and takes the zombie chihuahua with him. He charges and succeeds in the terrifying check against Pandora. The charge attack hits, he flips damage at a single negative, resulting in weak damage of 3, because the action was generated by a charge. Pandora smiles at a soulstone to prevent 2 damage and uses her butterfly jump to move 3 inches. The Centauroi forgets frenzied charge and just concentrates. The mysterious effigy tries to lure Pandora. The first attempt fails, but with a focused second try, she successfully lures Pandora out of harm's way. Seamus tries to shoot Pandora. He uses his focus, she spends a stone for a mask. The shot misses. Seamus gains stunned because of Pandora's Dark Thoughts trigger and she uses her butterfly jump to move again. Seamus walks to get within 1 inch of blocking terrain and takes the concentrate action. Archie moves, leaps, and attacks the effigy. He hits and flips damage at a single negative, resulting in moderate damage of 4, reduced by 1 because of the armor +1 from the effigy. He discards for flurry and hits again, killing the effigy before she can transform in the emissary. At the end of the second turn, Marcus gains 1 point for reckoning and Benny reveals his assassinate on McMourning, gaining 1 point because the doctor is below half of his wounds. Turn 3. Benny wins the initiative, and in the heat of battle both players forget to calculate pass tokens. Benny activates Teddy, who tries to cut McMourning in half with his heavy claws. The dog defends himself with a cheat against the first attack, but the second attack hits, and he flips damage at double negative, resulting in moderate damage of 4. McMourning consumes a weak soulstone, preventing only 1 damage. Teddy discards a card for flurry, but the doctor cheats a high card to defend himself. Then Teddy does his duty as Care Bear and saves Cade's back, placing him just outside of McMourning's engagement range. Now the good doctor would like to return the favor, but Pandora discards a card for her mood swings ability, and the zombie chihuahua is next to activate. He is in the woods and needs a full walk to get himself out of there. Concentrates and ends his activation next to the Centauroi to give him poison +1. Baby Kate seduces McMourning to come a little bit closer, gains fast because of pounce, misses his first attack, but the second hits. He can declare the coordinated attack trigger and flips damage at double negative, resulting in weak damage of 2. McMourning desperately consumes a soulstone, but can just prevent 1 damage, and dies to Cade's skinning knife. Then Cade uses Where is the Teddy on Pandora and she moves towards him. Seamus moves once to get a line of sight on Pandora without concealing terrain and shoots at her. The cows are blocking terrain. Seamus uses his focus and Pandora spends a soulstone for a mask. After cheating, Seamus hits and flips damage at double negative, resulting in moderate damage of 6. And Pandora spends another stone to prevent 2. Seamus gains stunned because of Pandora's defense trigger, and she moves because of butterfly jump. Seamus concentrates and ends his activation. Nikima activates and cheats the terrifying duel from the copycat killer. She can land a hit, flips damage at a single negative, resulting in moderate damage of 5, killing Seamus' stunt double. And then she flies twice to get over the church. The Centauroi succeeds in a ride with me, pushes 5 inches, taking the zombie chihuahua with him, charges and uses his charge attack against Teddy. He passes the terrifying duel and the attack hits. He can declare the Like the Wind trigger and flips damage at a single negative, resulting in weak damage of 3, reduced by 1 because of Teddy's armor. Then he pushes 5 inches, ignoring other models and tries to attack Pandora. He fails the terrifying duel and Teddy can heal for 1 because he can feed on fear. Pandora discards a card, targeting herself with Despair's influence to push 3 inches, concentrates and casts Self-Loathing on Seamus. She passes the terrifying duel and uses her focus for the attack. She takes the focus of Seamus to attack with a double positive, but Seamus flips a 13 and can defend himself against an otherwise devastating attack. In the heat of battle, Benny miscounts Pandora's actions and declares her grasping tentacles, but the action fails and has therefore no other effect on the game. Archie leaps over and attacks Pandora with his huge fists. The attack would hit on a straight flip, but Pandora spends a soul stone to put it on a negative, resulting in weak damage of 3. Pandora spends another stone and prevents 2, and uses her butterfly jump to get away. Archie charges and attacks Teddy. The attack hits and Archie flips damage at a single negative, resulting in moderate damage of 4, reduced by 1 because of Teddy's armor. Archie discards for Flurry, healing 1 point of damage because of his fading ability. The attack hits with a sweeping strike trigger. He flips damage at a single negative, resulting in weak damage, dealing 2 to Teddy and 1 to Kate and the Centauroi, but the Centauroi heals 1 because of his poison. And that's the end of the turn. Benny gains 1 point for Reckoning, bringing him to 2. But because McMourning is dead, he secured his 2nd point for Assassinate. Marcus can declare his vendetta to gain 1 point, and the Assassinate on Pandora, bringing him up to 3. So it's 3-2 for Marcus at the moment. Turn 4. Initiative goes to Benny, and he uses Nekima to fly once and charge. She passes the terrifying check and the attack hits with a single negative to damage, despite the fact Seamus is just hard to kill and not hard to wound, resulting in moderate damage of 5, bringing Seamus down to 1 because of hard to kill. She succeeds in her bonus action Blood for Blood, dealing 1 damage to herself and bleeding black blood on Seamus to finish him off. Because of her frenzied charge, Nekima charges again to attack Archie. She cheats the terrifying check, but flips the black joker for the attack. Archie still has to cheat because he just flipped the 1. But he can use a 4 to defend himself against Lorelei. The zombie chihuahua charges and tries to attack Teddy. He fails the first terrifying check and Teddy heals for 1. He cheats the 2nd terrifying check to deny the heal and spends 1 of his focus points for the attack. Marcus forgets to flip 2 cards for the attack, but hits nevertheless, and the Chihuahua can declare his grab-on trigger. He flips damage at a single positive, resulting in severe damage of 3, reduced by 1 because of the armor. Teddy gains slow and the Chihuahua has to end his activation. Because of horrific odor, Teddy and Pandora gaining poison +1. Archie still too numb to care. Teddy attacks the zombie Chihuahua, hits and declares his Swallow You Whole trigger, flips damage at a single negative, resulting in weak damage of 3, killing the Chihuahua, healing for 1 but cheats to heal 3. Nekima's Teach Them Fear triggers to heal Teddy for 1 more. Teddy discards for Flurry to attack Archie. He passes the terrifying check and the attack hits. Teddy cheats down to declare his bold overtrigger and flips damage at a triple negative, resulting in weak damage of 3, and pushes Archie just a bit closer to Nekima. Teddy succeeds in I've Got Your Back on Cade and cheats for the knock-aside trigger, pushing the baby 4 inches after the place. Archie leaps and attacks Pandora. He hits and flips damage at a single negative, resulting in weak damage of 3. Pandora uses her last soul stone and prevents all damage and moves away. Archie attacks Teddy, hits with a straight damage flip, resulting in weak damage, but cheats on moderate for a total of 3 damage after the armor reduction. He discards for Flurry, healing for 1, but flips the Black Joker for his attack. Pandora activates and walks to be just outside of 1 inch from Archie. She then fails to open her box and is unable to cheat due to having no more cards in hand. She targets the Centauri with a self-loathing, reducing his focus by 1 to get a positive on her attack flip, but the Centauri defends himself with a 13. She then fails to hit the target number on Fierce Given form and ends her activation. The Centauri cheats for his terrifying check against Teddy and attacks him, spending his focus. He has to cheat for the attack and declares his built-in Infect trigger, flips damage at a single negative, resulting in moderate damage of 3, reduced by 1 from Teddy's armor. He succeeds in his terrifying, and the second attack hits for a straight damage flip with the inbuilt Infect trigger. He flips weak damage of 2, reduced by 1. Teddy survives the attack and is on poison +2. Baby Cade tries to lure Archie over, succeeds in both terrifying tests, but fails to hit Archie. The goal was to let Archie fail willpower tests to heal Teddy, but after the 2 lure attempts, Benny realizes that he just could have walked over to use Where is the Teddy on Teddy to heal him by 2. But so Teddy dies to poison by the end of the turn, and Pandora and Cade suffer 1 point of damage. Benny scores 1 point for Reckoning, bringing him up to 3 points. Turn 5. Marcus uses his last soulstone for cards and Benny wins the initiative. Nekima activates and charges to be within 1 inch to Archie and uses her charge attack against him. She has to cheat for the terrifying duel and cheat to hit the attack. Flips damage at a double negative, resulting in moderate damage of 5. The Red Joker for the second terrifying duel, she hits again and flips damage on a double negative, resulting in weak damage of 3, killing Archie. She hurls the corpse marker at the Centauri, hitting him for a moderate damage of 3. The Centauri has to cheat to get off his ride with me and pushes to be able to attack Pandora. First a concentrate to spend the gained focus for the attack. He succeeds in the terrifying duel and flips the Red Joker for the attack. He declares the rear up trigger and has a straight damage flip, resulting in moderate damage of 3, but cheats on a severe for 4 damage, bringing Pandora down to 1 health. Now every enemy model within a pulse of 2 inches has to pass a target number 13 defensive duel or suffer 2 damage. Pandora succeeds. Nekima fails, suffers 2 and bleeds for 1 on the Centauri, and Baby Kate cheats to succeed. Now Pandora activates and places a ski marker, digging a grave for the Centauri. Then she uses a self-loathing against him. Marcus forgets the terrifying on the Centauri because of his upgrade, and the attack hits. Pandora flips damage at a triple negative, resulting in moderate damage of 3. Then she cheats to open up her box, but the Centauri succeeds the willpower check. Another self-loathing attack fails to connect after cheating. Baby Kate activates and tries to lure the Centauri. Marcus remembers the terrifying and Baby Kate flips the black joker. And for the second try, a 3, failing the attacks, and the game ends. So the final score is 4-3 for Benny. Congratulations on both players for an exciting game. I hope you liked the other format of battle reports. I have more games recorded. Let me know in the comments down below if you want to see more. Until then, I hope you will always find a handful of soul stones in your pocket, because you never know upon whom or what you will stumble out there. This was Julian speaking, and I hope to see you for another battle report out of the breach.